So in our world of concrete first, let's just assume this is a typical podium project, 2 levels of concrete and then wood above. We care a lot about the wood portion. Like, oh, well, why? You guys are concrete builders. Why would you care about the wood side? Well, because we have bolts that is our client's scope. Now, it might not be the concrete's responsibility to buy the material, like to buy the anchor bolts and the hold downs. That's maybe the wood framer's responsibility to buy it, or maybe the GC's responsibility. But it is the concrete guy's responsibility to place them. So we care about where they go. So we model all of that. But to do that, we use families. We're not trying to manually place things where we don't need to. So let me just reformat my view here a little bit. Good old selection, ASB enter, and then a good nice little orbit. And I'm just going to add 2 walls here, just for us to get an idea of what we're dealing with. So I'll walk you through my keyboard shortcuts. WA for wall. I got my 6-inch stud for the exterior, and I'm going to use my pick lines tool, PL. And we'll just do 10-foot unconnected, and let's just add a wall here and add a wall here. And we'll just apply a little bit of a transparency to these guys. All right, now how the heck do we add bolts to this thing? So in my families browser over here on the left, under generic models, we have a couple custom families in here. And the whole point of these families is not just to place content quickly, but it's also to educate our user. It helps with training. So in this case, we have a family called shear wall hosted. That's telling the user this family cannot exist unless there is a Revit wall that has been modeled. So as part of our workflow, you have to model the wall first, follow the architectural drawings. If you're a structural engineer, let me use copy monitor. Let me populate all my walls and select which ones are going to be structural. And then these type 1 and type 2, that's just from the structural engineer's shear wall schedule. So if I double click on type 1, for example, you see we got bolt spacing, stud spacing, what my top plate situation looks like, what my sill plate situation looks like, plywood thickness, all of that. So now let's go ahead and place it. Drag and drop. My cursor goes crazy. It says, nope, there needs to be a wall. Great. And now I should remove my, let me extend my section box. There we go. Let's just pull it up. There we go. And let's redo that again. So cursor goes crazy, drag and drop. Don't worry about the preview. Click to place. Let's go thin lines on this guy. We have a shear wall with a bunch of parameters added to it. And we have anchor bolts and hold downs that are viewable. And we have plywood, the shear portion of the wall. Now, the anchor bolts, you might not want to see this in plan view. Maybe you just want to show this in a cool little 3D presentation view. That's where visibility comes in. Good organization of your family comes in. So if I go to medium detail level, you don't see anchor bolts. You won't see them on plan if they're set to course, etc. So now this shear wall family, okay, we have a run of bolts that we need to take into account, but there's a couple of options that we can focus on first. This is a 6-inch wall. So my start post and my end post need to update to 6x6s. I'm pretty sure there's a way to automate this, but we're pushing Revit out of the box. And once you do that, it pushes that hold down out to its correct location on both sides. Okay, how do we extend this? Because working in 3D is where you want to live as much as possible. I use my align tool, align to this face, and I'm not going to select the face of the element. If I select the face of the element, this whole thing will move, like so. Instead, I'm going to select an invisible reference line that's embedded in the family, right there. that will extend the element itself. Same thing on the other side. Extend. Same thing at the top. Extend. So now you have an accurate shear wall that you can tag on plan for the structural engineering folks, that you can pull quantities from, because when I go to a fine detail level, we have anchor bolts. How do we get even more detailed for our clients in the concrete world? Well, let's go to a plan view, and let's go to my top of slab plan, tile my windows, and let's take a look at what this thing looks like. So when I select my shear wall family, I have some wording here. End, start. In the family properties on the right, you can see that that corresponds to the naming of some of these parameters. Start post, do I want one? Yes or no? If I turn it off, it goes away. And also, where is going to be the first start of a bolt? Like when they measure and they start placing these bolts in, are they going to start from the top left-hand corner? So we have those conversations. So let's just assume it's going to be from the other side. We'll flip it. And let's just zoom in here. And now you can see we got some issues going on. If this is the start, this back corner, you can see we already got some interferences, right? And if we look at the properties of this type 1 shear wall, it's, what is it? It was 1.5 feet on the bolt spacing. So I can select this family and say, what is my first bolt location from the edge? And you can play with this number, 2 feet, and it'll start moving those bolts out. So essentially what we want is, if I were to place a dimension here, dimension from center to center, that can be 1'6", right? Because the hold down counts as holding down that shear wall. So we can play with the start bolt, that first bolt, to try and avoid as many studs as possible, because we care about the wood framer's life too. Any questions so far there, Nick?
Yeah, well, it seems like you're kind of doing the job of the wood guys, the wood companies, right? So how do the wood subcontractors sometimes use your stuff, or say, hey, how did you
Not
do
yet.
that? Not
No,
yet.
not yet. We leave that to our concrete client. Like, hey, if you want to share that first lift of walls
Hmm.
with them, like, hey, by all means, share it with them,
Yeah.
because nothing's ever really separate. Like even in
Yeah.
the concrete world, you have formwork, you have a formwork guy to think about, you have the rebar folks to think about. But when you get to a podium, you have the wood folks to think about, and there's always going to be an interface. As
Yeah.
long as you care about the next party, everyone will be fine.
Yeah, there's someone in the comments. I've never experienced family envy so intensely as right this minute. So yeah, I'm also fascinated by it because we were discussing this yesterday. We've also been working with the offsite wood. We've created this toolbar that
Yep.
automatically plays wood family openings. So it seems like we've been doing kind of similar work. In your case, it's focused on what you need for concrete modeling, but it still has
Correct.
all of the studs. And I'm
Correct.
sure are these kind of nested shared families that are
Yep. Yep.
schedulable? Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, right?
Yep. In our case, it started with my days in structural engineering. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
show you a couple other things that apply just to structural engineers that I use for us. But the goal is, no, we want to help out our concrete world. The more information they have, the clearer it is. Then if they have good relationships with their wood framers on the job, then it becomes like BIM starts solving a lot of problems for everybody.
But the whole point of this is is mostly for
Mhm.
the anchor bolts, like so you know the
Correct.
position. That's because that has a
Correct.
major impact on the concrete. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fascinating. So was this? So there's a link that I added in the video description. That
Hmm.
is that part of the pack that you send to people?
Oh yeah. No, so
Yeah,
like at the end when you guys hit the link, you will have, there is no need for family envy. You'll have access to this, and you guys can, you know what, I'm actually curious to see if you guys have ways to make it better. Because you'll
yeah,
see that you can break it. There's versions of breaking
yeah.
this eventually. So yeah.
Yeah. So check out the link in the video description. I just added it like 1 minute before it was live, so you might need to refresh to see it. But you can download this family. I think you have a few more that you're going to show during this live event.
Yeah.